Are you willing to give up the outside world and give up touching grass? Do you want your own arsenal of anime waifus and husbandos at your own disposal? Do you enjoy challenging Dark Souls style gameplay?
Shed no tear from me.
I hate this stupid dang game.
At your disposal.
Do you want to gamble your entire life savings for 3D pixels? Alright, here we go. Please be fucking chameleon, bro. Like, this is literally my fucking trendiest temple, bro. Like, I'm gonna crit Wuthering Waves. I swear, I'm gonna fucking crit Wuthering Waves. If I don't fucking get chameleon. Oh, let's fucking go! Yes! Yes! Let's go! What the hell, man? Like, this game really wants me to come back to Wuthering Waves. OMG. I got her in my fucking trainiest poll. I won the fucking 50 in training polls, bro. Let's fucking go. Do you enjoy having the entire world and characters with great personality in the palm of your hands? Well, if you answered yes to everything I said, this game is for you. Well. Wuthering Waves. Some people call it Genshin Impact 2.0. Other people call it Genshin Impact for adults. And some people call it the Genshin Killer. Well, I call this game What Are My Feelings? This game broke my heart. Hey, what's up guys? Today we're gonna find out if Wuthering Waves is worth playing 2025. I'll tell you guys all about the game. So please watch till the end of the video and hopefully you guys make up your mind. Wuthering Waves has a beautifully designed world and is one of the most stunning games I've ever played, and I really absolutely mean it. The landscape is absolutely gorgeous, the characters are masterfully crafted, and the combat is truly special and satisfying at its core. The art style and user interface is also very captivating and easy on the eyes. It's also very intuitive for the user. The VFX and the character models especially are pure eye candy and euphoria, and really complements the overall setting and vibe scenery of the game. The sheer amount of activities you can do in the game is not to be underestimated, from collecting echoes, which is like socketable stats, to fun racing minigames, to gigantic, monstrous Dark Souls-like boss fights. There are plenty of content for both casual and hardcore players. Casual players can enjoy world exploration, solving puzzles, and the game does a fantastic job incentivizing people to go and explore the world, since the chests contains astrites, which is currency that you use to pull the characters, and it all flows well together. Now, a lot of you might be wondering how free to play is this game. Well, for the record, I have only spent money on one single character, and he was on the first banner. He was Gion. I have not spent a dime on characters after he was released, and I have been able to get over 8 characters. In fact, one of the characters, Kuro Games, the studio behind the game, gave it out to everyone for free. That's right, heard it. They gave out a free limited 5-star character. And now that is very generous, and I have to give credit to Kuro Games for doing that. Kuro Games gave out astrites after live streams, holiday events, and even just general appreciation from the players. So they do it quite often, and they're one of the most generous companies out there. The music and soundtracks has improved substantially since their 1.0 release, and the story is a massive step up, and it feels like an absolutely completely different game now. Kuro Games has blown my mind every single update, and they are truly a studio that strives to improve every single damn update. Do you guys really think all I'm gonna do in this video is to glaze over Wuthering Waves and say every positive thing that comes to my mind? Of course not. In fact, there are tons of improvements I want Kuro Games to make in Wuthering Waves to make it even better, and there are a lot of things I just don't really like about Wuthering Waves. And I'll let you guys know what I mean in the next segment of this video. I may be a bit nitpicky here and there, but I believe there are a lot of things I'll be pointing out that are reasonable and feasible for the developers of the game to implement. Some quality of life improvements the game really needs to use, as well as critiques that for the game are as follows. Tasset fields right now cost too much energy and they don't give enough 1-star echoes. I feel like tasset fields needs to feel much more rewarding for players in order to incentivize them to actually do them. Kuro Games right now has way too much spectral characters. They need more aerial element characters. So far, there has only been one aerial limited 5-star character, which was Gion, and he was from the first banner. While we have countless spectral characters like Jinzi, Shorekeeper, and now we have Phoebe in the 2.1 release. Right now, I feel like the co-op events are too boring and way too easy. They need to be much more engaging and have an actual more fun format. They could even take inspiration from existing MMORPGs. Take the dungeon and raiding formats. Have trash mobs in the start, puzzles in the middle, and then we have a spectacle, a boss that better blow our mind off, at the end. A feature I really want to see in Wuthering Waves is the ability to create guilds and have a more social interaction with other players. Maybe a world chat and a more sophisticated and advanced player profile that shows all the resonators that you pulled and achievement badges and stats. You can really show off your achievements inside your profile. Right now, it's just bare bones. There's really only 3 resonators and characters you can show in your profile, status, and that's it. So they really need to amp that up, make it better. I also feel like the amount of wayplates and energy you get each day and can store is still way too little. You pretty much can only really do 3 boss fights and maybe some echo farming before you run out of your daily energy and it's gone and you have to wait the next day, which can be annoying. Some people want to play longer. Not everybody wants to just log in for 10 minutes and log out. I also wish they eventually implement a catch-up mechanic for new players that are wanting to get started in the game and play the game for the first time. Maybe introduce a limited time double or triple union EXP event. Heck, even make it permanent for all players that are under level 30, since it does take a bit of time to get to level 40, and it'll be much better experience if players can just speed past level 30 as fast as they can, so they don't really have to worry too much about the grind. I really want the ability to replay character stories in case you want to revisit their experience again. I feel like a lot of other players also want this feature. Let's say there's a character you really like that you pulled. You probably want to visit their lore, experience their story for the first time, and I feel like that would really make a lot of players happy. And lastly, I really hope they implement some sort of pity system, kind of like a roguelike, for especially the endgame, challenging Dark Souls-like hologram bosses. So for example, if you failed the boss 50 times, the boss should get gradually weaker until you can finally actually defeat it easily. So I just logged into the game, and you guys probably already realized, but I have been playing this game for a very long time, and I'll give you guys a quick rundown of all the mechanics and pretty much everything the game has to cover. I'll try to do my best to summarize. So first of all, this game supports a controller. I'm currently using an Xbox controller. I believe this game also supports a variety of other controllers, including PlayStation controllers. So honestly, it's quite smooth, it's quite intuitive, and it just feels nice using a controller, but mouse and keyboard works as well. So pretty much in this game, there's a lot to do. You can see how massive the map is. This is just one single region. So there are many different regions, and there are different maps too. So in this region alone, there's already pretty much over 7 different areas. It's quite massive. I haven't even touched and explored half of them. You can see there's a lot of terrain that's left uncovered and unexplored. So this game, I would say, has definitely one of the best combat in a gacha game. Look at this. The VFX is just insane. And there are a lot of characters you guys can pull.
The
Eventually,
battlefield is
a lot
dynamic.
of these characters
Do not let your
will
guard
have a
down.
rerun, meaning they'll come back. So you guys don't have to worry about FOMO, you know. And you can see like there are a lot of characters. Their designs are all very unique. None of the characters really look the same. And yeah, so in this game there is a lot of systems, which I'll try to go through as briefly as I can. So first of all, there's the events tab. Pretty much this is how you pretty much do the limited time activities the game has to offer. Pretty much all the events will give you some sort of reward, whether it be astrites, which is the currency used to pull the characters. And this is definitely one of the most generous like gacha games I've seen, period. Like you can see like how many events there are. I have not done every single event, but if I've done every single event, I would have a lot of astrites. And this game also respects your time. There's also a daily system, but the daily only usually takes like less than 2 minutes. Like you guys can just do some activities and you guys can instantly complete it. So let me just show you guys some gameplay and pretty much show you guys how I usually do my dailies, so you guys have an authentic idea of how I actually do it, right? So I am about to do a simulation challenge, and this is pretty much where you
Combat
get
isn't
upgrades
just
for your
about
character and level
strength.
them up,
You
as
need
well as the
skills
weapons.
and wisdom too. You there, looking to put on
And
some
the
training?
nice thing about this game
Good
is there's
training
also a
keeps
skip
you
button.
sharp.
You guys don't have to read all the dialogue if you guys aren't interested in the story, and it saves a lot of time. So in this game, there's a wave plate system, pretty much just kind of limits the amount of things you can do in the day, but they will quickly replenish back. And I'm just saying strictly the instance content. The instance content does require energy, but however, the world exploration, you can do as much as you want, which does feel pretty nice. So we're going to be doing the resonance potion, and this is how you get character upgrades and how you upgrade your character level. So you guys can also have many different preset teams. I have 5 that I usually use, but 2 of them are pretty much the same. Personally, this is my favorite one. It's really straightforward, and the game actually teaches you the characters pretty well. It gives a pretty nice description of each character, what they do, and the loading in this game is very fast. Like my CPU is not great, but the game runs really well. And so yeah, this is pretty much the combat of the game.
Facade.
It's very fluid and very satisfying. And
Fury boils. Burn
you
to
can see that
ashes.
it's very responsive, very action-packed. The combat does feel very intense as well. Like you guys can pretty much parry, dodge, and quick
Ready
ball.
for battle.
The
Fear no
endless
more.
amount of combos you guys can do as well.
Stay sharp. Tell truth. Facade.
And each character offers something different, and you guys can see how fast that was, right? That was like less than 1 minute. And a lot of the times the game also gives double drop rates, so this is like a limited time event, and you guys can do this like up to 3 times, it says, but pretty much all the activities are out there for you guys to do. There's no paywall. You guys can do pretty much every type of content in this game for free, which is very generous of Kuro Games. So the polling system in this game is also very generous. You are guaranteed pretty much a 5-star character within the 80 polls you do. And at around the 60th poll is pretty much where soft pity lies, meaning that your chances of getting a 5-star character is substantially increased, the chances. So this game is very generous. I have gotten a 5-star character like in my first 20 polls sometimes. And it's really nice that they gave a lot of polls. Kuro Games is a company that will send you free stuff. Like, look at this. They gave me 20 pulls here, and then you guys can see how much asteroids I got. This is pretty much the asteroid. This is the currency used to pull characters. They pretty much overflowed my bank with it. Sometimes give 800. That's a lot. And they gave me 10 pulls over here. So you guys can definitely claim a lot of stuff. Since the game has been out for a long time, there's a ton of things you guys can do. But keep in mind, spend your money wisely. A lot of the things in the store I don't really recommend, such as this. So if you want to buy New Knight separately, these are pretty much asteroid packs. You can convert New Knight into asteroids. I gotta say, it's not worth. It's overpriced. If you guys really want to spend money, you guys honestly don't have to spend a lot. I'll show you what I mean. So if you go to the New Knight subscription, it's only $5 American, right? And you pretty much get reoccurring asteroids every day. Every time you log in every day, you'll get 90 asteroids. And you get 300 New Knights up front, which you guys can convert to 300 asteroids. So this is honestly a great bang for your buck. By the end of the month, you guys will gather around 2,700 asteroids if you guys log in every day. There's also a battle pass in this game, but I also do not recommend it. This is where the battle pass is. It's honestly not needed. I have only purchased the battle pass once, and I didn't really gain like crazy amount. I got a lot of, currency, but generally speaking, I didn't get too much pulls. So as a free-to-play player, you're not really limited and restricted as much as like many other games, even some gacha games like Genshin Impact. This game is much more free-to-play friendly from my own experience. I'll be showing you guys a bit and telling you guys a bit about the progression system in this game. So each character have their own like attributes like health, attack, defense. This is similar to how MMORPG works. You guys can also level them up. You can see I'm already max level on this character.
Make this quick. I have
And
experiments
each
underway.
character has their own like
The
role
battlefield.
as well.
Make this quick. The
For example,
battlefield
this
is
character,
dynamic.
his role
Do not
is
let your guard down.
a fighter. He's kind of like a DPS.
Make this quick.
There's
I
also
have
the sub
experiments
DPS,
underway.
which is kind of like a utility DPS character. And lastly, there's the
Understood.
support character.
I am
Their
here
main job
to
is to
serve your
protect
will.
and heal. It's pretty straightforward stuff.
The battlefield is dynamic.
And
Do
let me
not
just show
let your
you
guard down.
more stuff. So this is also like the weapon. Each weapon has their own specific, effect. Each character also has their own signature weapon you guys can pull too. And there's a lot of weapons that are like fine for the character. You don't necessarily have to get a signature to make it work. This game doesn't require you to min-max to do well. In fact, like you guys can pretty much literally only have to use one character. I remember someone used one character. I remember there was a player that used this character, and she was pretty much only character in his entire party, and he was able to solo a boss. So this game is much more skill based, not much gear dependent, and that's what I like about
The
this game.
battlefield
It
is
rewards
dynamic.
your skill a
Do
lot
not
more.
let your guard down.
And the coolest part about this game is the echo system. For echoes, they're pretty much sort of like Pokemon. You collect them and you can tune them, you can upgrade them, and they'll give you stats. For example, this one gives me a lot of attack, crit damage, crit rate, and basic attack damage bonus. And you can sort of have your own build, and there's many different pairings. Although there is obviously a meta build for each character, and each character has their own pretty much passive tree as well. So there's quite a depth in this game, and there's a lot of things to do. You can also upgrade the resonance chain. Typically this is usually only for whales. You need many copies of a character to be able to obtain this, but I have only one copy, and I was able to clear pretty much every type of content in this game whatsoever. And there's just a lot of scenes you can do with a character, and just feels nice as well. If you guys like hardcore content, there's also plenty of hardcore stuff to do. There's farming for materials to upgrade your characters. There's boss challenges. Some are very difficult, alright? There's tacit fields. These are pretty much where you farm the echoes, which you can use to crypt on a character and upgrade them further for stats. And weekly challenges. Those are pretty difficult and pretty unique bosses. And each of them are fantastic. Highly advise you guys to try them out if you guys are planning on playing the game. And lastly, this Tower of Adversity. This is pretty much where you do your farm for asteroids, and this is pretty much where the end game happens. I am about to do a tactical hologram boss, which is pretty much as hard as like a Dark Souls boss. If you guys are really into challenging content, for me, I'm probably gonna get slapped. You guys are probably gonna laugh, but I'm gonna show you how difficult it can be, and I'm gonna give it my all. Alright?
I'm on my edge.
Oh shoot! Look how much damage you did already. Okay, you need to focus.
In
Can't-
fact, let's do this another way.
You can see how much damage this character just took, right?
Burn to ashes! Flames.
Okay, you can see how good I am in the game.
Astral
I'm really
modulation.
amazing at this game.
Loading.
So, the nice thing about this game is that there are content for any type of character, any type of player. Like,
Shed no
if you
tear
value
for me.
hardcore content, if you guys have hands, clearly I do not have hands, you guys will love this. But if you guys like relaxing content, like world exploration, we also have that. Clearly, for me, you can tell I'm not really a hardcore player, but this game does tailor towards a lot of players. It's nice, and I just died. And look how much damage I did. And you can see I'm not even under leveled. This is difficult content. Like I'm not even under leveled. So you guys will definitely have a thrill if you guys enjoy doing challenging stuff. So this game also has a lot of quality of life features. You can take screenshots with the camera feature, and each scenery looks amazing. Like this can literally be a wallpaper. This game has fantastic places. I just love the music and scenery of this game. Like, look how beautiful this game is. I'm not even in a really high-end graphics card. I'm using an RTX 4060 with very old CPU. And I'll give you guys time to listen to the soundtrack. This is my favorite soundtrack in the entire game. Like, I could listen to the soundtrack all day. Like, this game is just very therapeutic. If you guys like relaxing content, there is relaxing content. Like, the art style, scenery, atmosphere is amazing. And I'm not even exaggerating.
Victory will be ours.
Some people say that every frame can pretty much be a wallpaper. That is certainly true. Like, this can be a wallpaper itself. This can be a wallpaper. And this can be a wallpaper. So this game is just crazy. Like the sheer amount of stuff you can do. The world is absolutely massive, and there are many different enemies and echoes in the farm. This is one of the newer regions. I'm currently fighting him, and it's an absolute blast just doing and using my combos.
Fury boils.
And the switch mechanic just feels very intuitive, very easy to grasp and learn. And these are pretty much echoes you can equip onto your characters for bonus stats. And That was also a battle.
Don't you worry.
Wind Rider.
This is the character's ultimate, which I use. And these are the chests I'm talking about. If you open them, you get
For
astrites,
emergencies.
which is the currency used to pull for characters. These are found across every single map, and it's very easy to do them. You really don't require a lot of time. This is another character I really like to play. She's super fun. She can pretty much turn into Beyblade. Like, look how fast it's spinning. This is just crazy. Like, and I just completed my daily, and that only took like less than a minute. I can quickly claim it. You can pretty much do your daily quest every single day. You get 60 astrites and also 2000 Union EXP. And this is sort of how you progress your characters as well. It's very easy to do. I'm gonna be showing y'all one of the newer bosses that's been added to the game. This boss is one of the coolest bosses.
My blade burns.
It really does feel like a Dark Souls style boss. Get super focused.
Triumph through sacrifice.
It does have a fair bit of PvP.
No need to dwell. Take form. Take form. Iron graft you knew. Loading. Together we vanish.
It's just super satisfying. The combat just feels so nice. The ultimate, like, animation looks really sick.
Together we fight. Take form.
So after you defeat a boss, you have a choice of whether you want to claim the rewards or not. It will use up your energy if you do so. And you can see how much energy there is on the top. There's also an energy like storage, so you actually don't need to log in every single day. And it's just a really nice quality of life feature they added a while ago. So if you were to ask me if this game is worth playing in 2025, I may be biased, but really this game is worth playing. There's nothing to lose, it's completely free. There is no pay to win mechanic besides unlocking additional characters, but this game is pretty much a single player game. There is a co-op capability, but this game is not really a competitive game. There's no PvP, so you don't have to really worry. And the world is just beautiful. If you love map exploration, fun combat, this game is really for you. There's like so much and countless things you can do. It just feels amazing. And they added a lot of new features. So now would be definitely the best time to play. That pretty much wraps up this video. I also covered other games like Guild Wars 2, Wizard 101, and Adventure Quest Worlds if you guys want to explore my other videos in the Worth It series. I will be covering much more videos in the future, so stay tuned for more of these type of videos if you enjoyed this video.